Hey friends, and welcome back to another episode of the Plagued Eldritch Anecdotes. I am your guide Ariana, and this is your double whammy episode this week. Earlier this week we had Mother's Day, a Mother's Day special. Something really quick and kind of in the theme and within our little feels of mom and appreciation of moms and stuff. But I thought that was pretty cool. But today I've got some good. If you can hear that, I'm sorry. The kids are home and arguing. I got some good little stories. We got a video to watch, not too long of a video, and a photo to examine, and then of course a couple stories for you guys. And nothing new here. I'm still waiting for the grades to be posted from two of my classes. And then that's really it. I don't. EDC is happening this weekend, so I'm not working Friday or Monday because it's literally like my job is right here and EDC is in the parking lot right next to it, basically at the racetrack, and there's no way to get in and out, and everybody's out there. So, everyone I work with works remotely. I get the days off, which is pretty nice. How you doing, Jack? Don't jump right here. Come around, please, sir. But yeah, and then what else? Oh, I was gonna tell you guys something else. Just a reminder that the new submission form is up and loaded, and the link is on my YouTube channel if you guys need to find it. The link is on my Instagram if you need to find it. If you know somebody who wants to share their stories, send them my way. If you have stories you want to share, or if you find, send them my way. Just make sure that you credit the original poster if it's somebody else's story, whether it's a friend or someone you find. Just make sure you send that way. But yes, you can use that form. I still have the Google one up, so if you guys did prefer to use the Google form to submit your stories, go ahead. And then I wanted to let you guys know, I was going to tell you guys last episode, but I skipped it, was that in the clause, it says, like, your stories are not guaranteed to be used for, to be read on the episodes, on the content here. I'm not saying that it's not going to ever happen, but it's not like going to be, if you submit it, it's going to be right on the next episode. At some point, I'll probably cycle through and then use it. Just don't expect it to be used, like, immediately, like, next day, unless I'm super desperate. But, yeah, that's kind of what that clause meant. I did have someone reach out and ask about it, so hopefully they submit their stories. Sharing your stories is a vulnerable thing to do. So I understand it as well. Hesitations. Well, like I said, it's your story, you guys experienced it, but whether other people believe it or not, you know what? That's their personal problem. My channel here is just to find some good stories and to share them with you, whether they're real or fake. That's what it is. Because it's too much work and effort to try and debunk what's on the internet, right? So I just wanted to get that out there. But I don't expect this episode to be drastically long. I also wanted to share that today, well, by the time you guys are watching this, it's not going to be that same day, but today, the day I'm recording, some weird things, of course, again, happen at work, and I was trying to debunk it and figure out what the hell I'm seeing and feeling and noticing. So one was like the lights were making weird sounds, and one light that was like never ever on, I've never seen it on since I've been working here, was bright as all hell, and then the other light was turning on and off, and it wasn't like flickering. It was like it would be on and then it would just turn off, and then be off for like 2 hours, and then it would pop back on. So I was just confused on that, and then the sound that was coming out of it was just like gradually getting louder. So eventually, I would just ask my coworker like, "What's going on with these lights?" I mean, I have my headphones on, so it's not really a big thing. And he showed me where like the light switch was that controls those, but he was also like, "These light switches aren't always on." So I don't know if they were on before I got there and someone forgot to turn them off or what, but it was interesting. So I don't know. And then a couple. Oh, sorry, that's Jack's bell. Wow, that was really loud. At least to me. Um, Another thing that happened, it was crazy. This one I cannot debunk. There is this. It's not. It's like a machine. I'm gonna say it's like a speaker. I don't know what the hell it is. It's this huge thing that you remember those TVs. They were like this big and they were on wheels and you can wheel them around. Like they were like the early 2000s flat screen TV at the time. They were like their own entertainment center. Maybe if I could find a picture, I'll insert it in here, you guys. But it kind of looks like that, but it's not a TV. It's like the speaker. Um, it has like it looks like the material of a speaker. I really don't know what it is. But then on top of it is like this uh, bar, like this thin bar, and like this reel of cord or something. I've never actually fully paid attention. But that machine or the reel of cord, I'm not sure. Something made a crazy whirring sound right next to me while I was working. And like I had to stop and like look, but it wasn't moving, but it was making this crazy loud sound. And then as soon as that kicked in and started making this crazy sound, mind you, I'm by myself. Like nobody's around me. Um, as soon as that kicked on, I had my music on my headphones. I have soundproof headphones, right? And I had it blasting. But for the most part, I wear my headphones like this with it slightly off because if someone's talking to me, I can still hear them. And I usually don't have my music super loud, but because this week there's nothing scheduled and there's really no one working and communicating with anything, I'm just organizing and cleaning up because everything got messed up over the last couple weeks. So I have my music blasting, but I have my headphones on my head like this, right? Because if someone does come in or something, or my coworkers come and need to talk to me or something, I can just hear them right away. But I normally wear them fully on like this when we have things scheduled in courses because I don't interact with anybody. I go in, I clean, I set up, and I leave. Basically, that's what I do. When things are going. But so I had my headphones, mostly on, and but I had the volume all the way up because I'm like, it's just me in here. No one else is here listening to my music. And as soon as that sound kicked in, my phone, I had it on the table where I was working, and the next thing I know, the sound kicks on, and the volume of my music goes down, and I turn and I look at my phone because I'm like, what the heck? I'm thinking a phone call or text is about to come through because that's usually the time it like quiets down and then it goes back up. And I look at it, and it recognizes my face and unlocks, and the screen is on um, the screen where it's like it tells you like your volume's been on high too long or something, which is weird because it's never happened. I've had my phone blasting a million times through my headphones like that for long lengths of time, and it's never done that before. So that was something interesting, and I was just like, let me go try something. So before I left work today, after all that happened, I went into the big pit room that I always tell you guys that has a weird feeling, and I turned off the AC and I let the machines kind of quiet down a little bit, and then I shut the lights off. And as I was slowly walking out, I recorded on my phone to see if something or someone would answer me. So I was like doing an EVP session on my phone, which I know you guys, a phone isn't really like the best equipment to use, but you just never know. I just wanted to give it a shot, and I listened back to it. I didn't get anything. There's nothing. The only thing you hear is me asking my questions. You can kind of hear my footsteps, and then you can hear the Air Force Base flying over. Like, that's probably the loudest part. Um, so maybe I'll try again another time on my phone. Eventually, I want to actually get some equipment and sit in that room. But yeah, there was nothing. Nothing happened. I'm sorry, guys. I was hoping I might get something so I could share it with you guys immediately, but it's alright. It's fine. But anyways, moving along. Let's go ahead and dive into our first story. And it comes with a photo. And this story is coming from Quora. And it was under, I think I looked up paranormal experiences or paranormal encounters. I can't remember. I need to start marking that. But this one was posted by Nolan on January 29th. And they put the creepy image of the small entity. This is one of the most famous creepy pictures on the web lately. This photo was taken with a smartphone. The little girl you see crying in the bottom right corner refused to join the group because she said, "The boy is scaring me." Without giving it a second thought, the girl's mother later figured out why the girl was crying when she looked at the knees of the group in the picture. So in the picture here, you see that the girl is crying, and if you look between the girl that's dead center with like the purse hanging around her neck and the girl with the black and white striped halter top, just straight down, you see this little boy's face. It's insane. I wonder if I can zoom in for you guys. I'm going to record it for you guys too. I'm going to insert the picture, but I don't want to crop it, so I am gonna show you. Let's see if it will let me. We're doing this right now all together. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna click on the picture. And if, oh, you can't see that. Well, poopy, hold on. Actually, I think I have the picture saved. Oops. Cancel. Yeah. Dismiss. Okay. Da, da, da. Only screen. Start recording. Oh, this is gonna be weird. You guys gonna see me like double. I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Isn't that like bad thing to do? This is gonna be cuckoo bananas for you guys. Okay. Downloads. Screen. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Okay. You guys get to see all my homework. Once I'm done with these classes, I'm deleting it all. Okay, here we go. So yeah, this girl right here, if it's hopefully this is recording, right here. Okay, so this little girl that's crying, mom was taking the picture. This looks like the friends are going out for something, but these two, right there, right here, this is where. Yep. Give me yellow. We don't need it that big. Right here. And it kind of looks like, I don't know. I thought like I saw his hands the last time I looked at this. but it really is just the face and kind of like a torso right here. I guess there's no hands, but I also would want to take a photo too if there was someone just peeping through my legs. Um, it took me a minute to find him because I was like, the little boy won't let me, and then I'm like, okay, what am I looking at? And then my eyes finally was like, let me look between their legs. I was thinking maybe somewhere behind them, or like by their faces, or over here where the TV was. But yeah, crazy bananas. Oh, we got everything open, you guys. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Make sure that's saved. Oh yeah, it did. Okay. Because we want it for future references and just in case. But yeah, that one was really quick, really short. We're going to keep going. This one is our next story. Coming from Reddit. Good old Reddit. Let me jimmy this real quick so I can read it a little bit better. Can you guys hear that? Can you guys hear my fan? Sometimes I want to turn it off, but then the kids are like 18 times louder than me. And then it's hot. And I don't want to be hot trying to record this. So if you can hear my fan, I'm sorry, you guys. Alright. Coming from Reddit, under r/ghost stories. This was posted 13 days ago, so kind of fresh. By Cats. Or Catsy Driving Car. I'm not sure how to say that. Titled Mimic or Doppelganger. I don't post on Reddit. I don't even come on here very much. As of recent, I've been watching tons of story times on YouTube and decided I'll add my experience. This is real to me. It actually happened and I actually saw this. Believe it or not, I'm not going to fight. This happened back when I was like 5.5 or maybe 6. So back in like 2011 or 2012. My mom and I lived in an apartment complex together, just me and her in that small space we called home. One weekend I was playing in the living room, probably just messing around with our fat TV. It does say fat. Maybe it's supposed to be flat. I'm not sure. With our flat TV or playing Tetris on mom's flip phone. Don't really remember. But what I do remember is looking over and seeing my mom in the kitchen. She was wearing a red sweater I've seen her in before. She was facing our stove, which was away from me, stirring something in the pot. Our living room was connected to the kitchen, so she was just only a few feet away. I was kind of hungry, so I asked what she was cooking, getting up and stepping closer into our kitchen. But she didn't answer. Now, my mom was the type to have selective hearing, so she didn't answer simple questions right away. I called to her again, and then again, asking the same question. But I stopped when I heard the bathroom door open and my mom walked out asking why I called and who I was talking to. I told her I was talking to her and was asking what was for dinner. But I looked back and whoever was standing in our kitchen was gone, only leaving the empty pot on the stove. Now, it could have just been my mind playing tricks on me, but it was pretty vivid for me even as a kid. I even told my mom about the story again years later, but she's older and barely remembers when we even lived in that apartment. I still remember that day, but it doesn't really scare me. It just makes me wonder more than anything. That's really the story. There's a couple, it's just a quick comic about typos and punctuation. And the only other thing that OP says is that I also know there's tons of stories similar to mine, real or fake. I've even seen all this stuff over the internet, but I decided to talk about it. But I still decided to talk about it as this is something I've ever only told my friends in my personal life or my mom herself. So, I thought that was interesting because I think the Mother's Day episode that we just did, we did have a story like that, didn't we? So, where the little girl was talking to her mom Yeah, so that girl was talking to her mom. She thought like she came home early and whatnot, but she wasn't there. That kind of reminded me of this. Now they labeled it mimic or doppelganger. Um, yeah, hard to tell. Um, I wouldn't say doppelganger because right, basically that's essentially you, right? Something that looks like you. Um, I mean, I guess a mimic is in mimic doppelganger in a sense we're in the same kind of bubble. Um, but usually a mimic imitates somebody else you know to lure you in. So rather than yourself trying to lure you in. Does that make sense? um, but yeah, mimic I can see for sure. Also, I can go with residual energy. Um, what did I say that word was? Pareidolia, pareidolia, something like that. Where it's like your brain makes you used to like routines and faces and patterns and stuff. That could also be a possibility. However, OP mentions that the mom in the kitchen was just standing there not answering and just stirring and then disappeared. The girl on the other one, I guess sister came out of the bedroom or whatever it was and kind of the same idea. I don't know. I was kind of confuzzled on the last one too. So this one's got me up in the air. Um, you guys are gonna have to determine something for me. I would like to know what you guys think this could possibly be. Also, even the last story that we read on the last episode too. I'm leaning towards either mimic or the pareidolia thing. Um, that's tough. That's tough. But the only difference is that the story in the last episode, the girl said she had a full conversation with mom, whereas this one, mom is not talking at all. So I don't know. That's where I'm a little like, but who knows? You guys let me know what you think on that one. And we're going to keep trucking along. I got one more story for us, and then our little video. So this next story isn't drastically long, very short. Um, and it's coming from Cora, and it is under paranormal experiences. And the question was, what is a truly terrifying ghost experience you have personally, or someone you know has personally experienced? And this one's a little fresh. Posted April 28th by MW. And they said, my mother passed away at 61 years old. My husband, myself, and our 6-month-old son moved in with my dad to help him cope. My husband never believed in ghosts or anything. He always said, you live, then you die, and then nothing. While we slept, he needed to use the bathroom. We left the nightlight on in case the baby needed us. When he came back into the room, I heard him say, are you all right? Do you need to use the bathroom? I had been asleep. I sat up and I said, what is wrong? He looked shocked. I asked him again, what is wrong? He then said, I thought it was you. I asked, you thought what was me? He said, there was a woman with short hair looking down at your pillow when I came in. She disappeared when you sat up. She looked just like you. My mother died in that house a few weeks before. We looked a lot alike, even a similar haircut. My husband refused to ever speak of this again. He was good and spooked. That's not too long, but that's interesting. I wonder if husband now believes in ghosts. I wonder if his skepticism has been altered. Very interesting, right? I know he's not going to talk about it, but I would want to know, like, as soon as OP sat up, like did it disappear in front of his eyes, or is it kind of like one of those, like, you blink in a moment's notice and it's gone type of deal? Um, but it's very, very interesting. I feel like the spirit of OP's mom was just watching her sleep, maybe looking over her. Obviously, they didn't feel threatened or anything, and if that was the case, I would feel like the baby's 6 months old, so I feel like the baby would have sensed something, would have been bothered. But very interesting. I kind of want to know, like, OP's mom's routines, like the way she would maneuver through the house throughout the day, because I wonder if that was like something she, like, I'm guessing they're in a guest room or something. Maybe she made the bed or something a lot in there. I don't know, but it's very, very interesting, and I feel bad for OP's loss here. It's fresh. And uh, never easy to lose a parent, but I want to know how OP's husband is coping with that. But I really do think that she was keeping an eye out. But yeah, it's a really short one. I thought that one was kind of cool, kind of cute. It wasn't too much. I was trying to see the comments, but I clicked it and clicked on my freaking finger moved onto the wrong thing here. There's only 3 comments, and they're all kind of saying the same thing. That OP's mom was looking over and watching out for them. One person notes, a comfort to us may not feel as comforting to others. I think that accepting is so much easier than denying. And then they just said, let her know that you're okay and that she can go on and go forth. But yeah, I thought that was really, really cool. I want to know what you guys think about that. And I don't know if you guys shared any stories on the last episode. I haven't had a chance to dabble in it yet, but I will. Yes, I do enjoy when you guys leave comments so I can go back. Ooh, what's happening there? I don't know what that is. Oh. Sorry guys, hold on. That's weird. Yeah, no shit. Sorry. I'm trying to fix this. Okay. Alright. That's ridiculous. Okay. Someone was knocking on my door. Okay. This next one is the video. There's a quick caption underneath it. You guys, I'm not mentally prepared for summer with these kids. I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, so it's got a quick caption on it. This little video is coming from Reddit, and it's under r/paranormal encounters. Very decently fresh. 17 days ago it was posted by Lazy Strawberry 07. The caption says, my father-in-law caught this at his house when nobody was home. It's freaky as hell. The closet doors only have handles on the outside, and inside the closet are the washing machine and dryer, taking up most of the space in there. The light turning on and off towards the end has never worked for us, and still doesn't even after this happened. And what's weird is in the beginning you can hear some kind of shuffling or something being dragged. Scary. And yeah, it's about a minute long, so I will give you guys a second here to watch it. Let me get this big real quick. And so that was Cuckoo Bananas. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. Nice and fresh. Um, yeah, those doors were yanked open. They weren't even like gently opened. They swung open. And interesting that the light was working out of the blue. I don't know. I feel like OP and their father-in-law needs to like not only check circuits, but like doodle with changing the bulbs and messing with the switch a little bit more. Or fuses, like the fuse box. Not that they probably haven't before, but that's very interesting that that light worked at that moment, but before and after now it does not work, which is kind of like the light at my job. Turning on and just being on and then turning right off. I don't know. And you know what? This reminded me of too is that when I got into work today and I went into the other room where the pit kind of area is, the classroom that's in there, I don't know, the alarm wasn't on, so one of my coworkers could have went over that way and they forgot to turn off the light. But the light in that little classroom that's over there was on and the door was open. But there's no reason for it to be on or open because that room is empty. I cleaned it out the other day. There's nothing in there for anybody. So that's weird too. But who knows? I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy that the doors and stuff like that are opening though, and they heard like a shuffling sound. Like I told you guys, my family has experienced some crazy things, especially at the house in Colorado. At least for me, I know growing up, I've encountered some things that some of my family members and my siblings might remember me doing, and some that I vaguely remember. But the house in Colorado, there was a lot of crazy cuckoo banana things happening there. Um, Especially after we took out that carpet in my room. And I think I told you guys, we took the carpet out of my room and in my closet. There was a pentagram drawn in Sharpie on like half the floor under the carpet was like tile, and then like the foundation, and then upstairs it was like tile on top of the wood, the original wood. It was like carpet tile wood. I don't know. People are weird. People are weird. But yeah, there was a pentagram in my closet, and it said "Satan is God" on one of the tiles in Sharpie before we took the tile out. And things began. So that kind of reminded me of that. I've had drawers left open, and the tie rack in my closet. I don't know. I can't remember if I told you guys about that. I need to start marking things down about what I tell you guys. I'm sorry. A lot happens, you guys. So much happens that my brain can't even remember what I ate yesterday. So, but But yeah, that kind of reminds me of it. And it's funny because I know in this kitchen, it obviously is the washer and dryer unit with the pantry doors, and it reminds me of our kitchen in Colorado. Our pantry, we changed the doors out to like fan folding, like an accordion for the pantry, and I know just it's interesting some of the things that have happened there. So I have to make an episode about that. I have to write it down so I can remember what I've shared with you guys and go over some of the other things I haven't shared with you. But yeah, nice and fresh meat on that right there. Very cool evidence. Hopefully the audio came through pretty well. I guess I'll find out later. But let me know what you guys think. I went into the comments on this video, and people are just kind of cracking some jokes, like, well, burn the house down, and what bills does this poltergeist pay to be slamming the doors like that? um, but nothing crazy. Some people ask if they've shared it elsewhere because they remember seeing it. Someone said it made them feel uncomfortable at first watching this video, but yeah. Some people are like, I'm watching this late at night by myself. I am freaking out. I don't know. I feel like that's just not. I mean, it's some crazy activity, but I don't think it's that severe. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little desensitized to the severity of certain things. Who knows? Anyways, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you. Another easy peasy lemon squeezy episode. I hope you liked what we shared today, and like I said, coming this summer, I'll have a little bit more time to keep dropping some videos, and I'm hoping this little side project that I have that I told you guys about. Oh, that was not a ghost. That is my husband out in the living room with the kids. I'm hoping that the little side project that I have kind of going, it's going slow in motion just because everything's happening at once. But I'm hoping that I have that ready to go for the end of summer like I planned, and like I told you, it's or at least around that time. But yeah, I think that's it. If you're going to EDC this weekend, please be careful. Bring your sunscreen. Stay hydrated. It's supposed to be in the hundreds out here. If you're questioning where here is, it's Vegas, middle of the freaking desert, and you're literally out in buttfuck nowhere at that racetrack. There's nothing there but a tiny ass Motel 8 or something, and one gas station. I know there's like vendors and shit that's gonna be there, but that's really it. But I mean, I saw where the cops are setting up their base and stuff, and where they're having the parking done. But and then the Air Force is over there too. So, but just be safe, you guys. The 15, that's the highway that's right there where you have to go. It's a shit show, even when there's nothing going on. So just watch out. People like to speed. They like to go past 80, 85 miles per hour once they hit that area. And yeah, stay hydrated. Make sure you bring a light jacket. It gets chilly at night. I know it's starting to be summertime, but at night it's not freezing, but it's cool. And then the breeze that kicks in, it gets ya. It'll get ya. But yes, stay safe, you guys. Enjoy your EDC weekend if you'll be there. And yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys next week for another episode. Like, share, subscribe, and give me your stories or ask somebody. Bye!